Good morning, friends, and welcome to our pre-market update. It's going to be a very amazing morning for today's opening, where we have seen a strong rally happening in the global markets yesterday on the back of the US markets, which closed up by around 1.6%. The S&P also closed by around 1.6% up. All the European markets, we saw a strong rally yesterday. Now, this rally happened because of the strong statements which came from the President of the European Central Bank, Mario Draghi, who has mentioned that they could take some very strong steps to protect the overall European economy. What he has mentioned at this point of time is that it could target the high sovereign bond yields. Now, such statements were made previously in the past by the European policymakers, but no steps had been taken. But if this time these comments turn into decision making, then this rally could extend more further in the European stocks. Back home, we saw yesterday's July series ending on a weaker note. We saw the Sensex, which closed down by around 206 points, and Nifty closed down by around 66 points yesterday. Going ahead, we would have to take a look as to how the August series plans up to. For Indian markets today, we have some strong results coming around. We have ICICI Bank, which is likely to post the results today. Punjab National Bank is going to come out with the results, and also Maruti, which will be coming out the results on Saturday. To take the cues as to whether this rally is likely to sustain going ahead and what is the future outlook for the Indian markets, I'll call upon Mr. Sevel, who is a derivative analyst. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. And Shavel, how it looks going ahead? What is about the futures activity going ahead?
First of all, we'd like to see that the Nifty Futures have started with 2.1 crore shares in the open interest, which is pretty good number. And also the PCR ratio has started with the mark of 1.01. So the PCR ratio also is in the comfortable zone. Now, what we are seeing is that on the rollovers front, Nifty rollover has stood at 70.06%, and which is about 3 and 6 month average of the previous series, whereas the market-wide rollover stood at 83.65%, which is almost in line with the expectation. Majority of the rollovers in Nifty has taken on the long side, as well as the Bank Nifty has also seen a good rollover, which is above its 3 and 6 month average. And even Bank Nifty, majority of the positions in Bank Nifty have taken place on the longer side.
Okay. So, any stock specific action expecting?
See, as the series has started, what we have seen is that both call and put option of average strike has seen an addition. But now it's important for us to see which strikes stands with the highest number of shares in the open interest. So 5,200 strike stands with 38 lakh shares, whereas on the put side, 5,000 put option stands with 72 lakh shares in the open interest. So what we feel is that unless 5,200 is taken off, a bias for the market still remains negative, and on lower side 5,000 would be the level that we need to watch on. Now the break-even point for the current month is 4869 on the lower side and 5304 on the higher side. I think we are in the midpoint, and this two level remains an important one, and the events in the market as gradually opens will decide which direction the market would take on.
Okay, fine. So can we have some stock specific action?
From the intraday perspective, we have identified 3 stocks. We would like to play on the positive side in Adani Ports with support of 114 rupees 80 paisa, Opto Circuit with support of 158 rupees 60 paisa, whereas Rendex is looking bit weak, so we are playing it with negative bias with resistance of 492 rupees 50 paisa.
Okay, that's it. We have some of the trading calls that we have recommending. First and foremost, so Wockhardt, there's a positive news that it has entered into an agreement with Danone for its divestment of its nutrition business. For this agreement, it is likely to receive around 1,280 crores, which is a huge positive for the company. We would recommend an action to go long on Wockhardt with a stop loss of 936 and targeting 980 to 1,010. The current market price is around 950. The other positive news for Mahindra & Mahindra is that the auto major Mahindra & Mahindra is likely to launch a new version of its Verito in both the petrol and the diesel options, which would likely to price around 5.27 lakhs and 7.14 lakhs to compete against the other peers in the market. The action to be taken on this news is long Mahindra & Mahindra with stop loss of 668, targeting 702 to 717. Another positive news for Suzlon Energy is that the company successfully concluded a transaction to divest a block of its wind farm assets and is likely to receive a sale proceeds for $40 million, which is big positive news for Suzlon. Long Suzlon with stop loss of 16.90 paisa and targeting 17.85 to 18 rupees. JSW Steel, after the company came out with the results yesterday, they were definitely not good, but a positive announcement which was made today is that it's likely to sign an agreement to restart the work on a 35,000 crore steel project at the Salboni district. Action to be taken is long JSW Steel on the basis of this news, stop loss of 633 and targeting 663 to 675. The media sources have mentioned that the Anil Agarwal family is finally warming up to the government and has written to the Prime Minister on Hindustan Zinc and Balco and has hinted that it is open to the negotiations to buy the government's residual stake in the companies. On the basis of this news, we log Hindustan Zinc the stop loss of 112.5 and targeting 118 to 120. There is a negative news for the marine promoter companies where the Central Bureau of Investigation has filed a charge sheet against the DMK leader and the former telecom minister Mr. Marin and his brother Kalanithi for allegedly receiving rupees 549 crores as bribe in the acquisition of Aircel by Malaysia-based firm Maxis. So this is definitely not looking good for the companies like Sun TV. Action to be taken is short Sun TV with a stop loss of 303 and targeting 288 to 284. To wind it up, the friends, overall markets are still trading in this range of 5,000 to 5,350 and with strong support at the lower levels at 5,000 and a resistance of 5,350. Going ahead, we'll have to look as to how the global markets pan out and also some of the domestic factors like the RBI monetary policy, which is lined up on 31st of July. So yes, important events lined up. We will have to wait and watch as to how the things shape up going ahead. That's it, friends, from the pre-market update. Thanks and have a nice trading session.